Gentlemen and ladies, we are going to talk about one of the most sensitive stories that is online, that has been discussed across Africa, if not across the world. I've seen BBC, Al Jazeera, NBC, or Fox, several others reporting about the recent tragedy which happened in Uganda, where someone went to a certain local school in Kampala, murdered 4 innocent kids aged between 1 and 2.5 years. This is one of the grievous murder that has happened in East Africa, and I've received many questions asking what transpired, what could have been done, what was the analysis of the law, why did ABCD happen. Now, this is going to be slightly longer, but borrow me your ears and your time. This gentleman in the case named Okello, because now it is already public, it is believed that he was living and staying in America. He came back, went to the school. After reaching the school, locked the gate, then started his malicious assault that costed lives of innocent kids. Trial had to be organized expeditiously, and I think for the first of its kind in Uganda, the Fountain of Honor ordered that the same case has to be tried at the scene of crime. For law scholars and legal scholars, I've seen it in other jurisdictions, usually in military courts. That's why it has been being conducted. But there was a lot on social media. There's what we call public opinion and courts of the law. Already public opinion, the court of public opinion had already convicted and sentenced the one called Okello. And they were like, now, let's see what the court is going to do. Many people thought everything was done. Many people wanted to do what we call mob justice and ABCD, give it trust, and then we do what we can do the best. But the law does not work like that. The trial was conducted and the decision was rendered on 30th of April, where the judge in the case found Okello not guilty, and the prosecution established a prima facie case against Okello, who was given even time to present his case. Many lessons have been learned throughout this case, where Okello was allowed legal representation. He had one of the best lawyers in Kampala, and he was given adequate time to present his defense, having noted that he was given his phone, which had been used as exhibit, to call witnesses who could have helped him in proving his innocence. People from civil law and common law background will start hinting here and here, saying ABCD. Before that, society had been separated on allegations that this Okello must have been mentally ill, but this was shunned and quashed and rendered baseless by the trial judge after getting the certification that Okello was never insane. And whatever he did, whatever happened during the course of the trial, he was in his right state of mind. And even at the time of commission of the case, he was in his right state of mind. What am I trying to say? Justice has followed the due process of law. In Okello's case, everything was justified and there was no stone that was left unturned. Okello was given time to present his evidence. He didn't get the witnesses. After his conviction, the judge requested him, Okello, do you have anything to say to the victims? Do you have anything to say to this country? Do you have any portion of sorry? A gentleman said he had nothing to say. Why am I saying this? At this time, we all know, or those who don't know, asking for forgiveness justifies remorselessness, or one is remorseful. But in Okello's case, he rejected and refused to apologize. This literally means that Okello had done what he had planned, what we call premeditation, what we call planned, knowing what he was doing. It would have been used as a mitigating factor, looking at the facts of where the case was going. But that chance was never utilized. Okello was sentenced to death. In my career, it was my first time to see the case where someone has been sentenced to death. But the judge in rendering the judgment said that this case is categorized under the rare of the rarest. People who have read cases, there is this Susan Chigura case in Uganda. If you read the ULI, Uganda Legal Institute, there is that case. It is one of the locus classicus, if not the precedent, when it comes to murder-related cases. It shows everything. But again, why did it end like this? Someone asked me, innocent, is there a death penalty in Rwanda? In Rwanda, there is no death penalty. Because the last time I checked, if I can refresh my mind, it was removed in 1996. So the answer is, in Rwanda, there is no death penalty. But for you, what do you learn from Okello's case? You may not be a lawyer. You may not be a legal scholar. You may not be a judge. What did you learn from this case? Did he deserve a sentence? Did the trial go through in accordance with the law? As innocent, a lawyer, a legal scholar who has defended people in court, I really think justice was served. It is also anticipated that in such high-profile cases, capital cases, Okello will have to appeal if his legal team advises otherwise. But me and you, we are here to witness another legal showdown of our times where most of these things happen and they leave us with lessons. So, if you have any question regarding the trial, I know many people, someone was asking me about defilement, adultery. Someone was asking me, defilement and rape, how do they differentiate? Why should someone be given 25 years? Why should someone be given life imprisonment? Why should someone be given suspended sentence? Anyway, what is a suspended sentence? So, we are here to serve you, as I later said. I know many people will find value in this podcast, and we are here to educate you in line with the law. And please, if you have any question, share with us. If you have any comment, we are here to respond. And who doesn't want to share his or her information, his or her experience with the generous community? I remain innocent. Thank you.